Y'all, it finally happened. The Sims 4 has added binders and top surgery scars into The Sims. I have a number of videos going over custom content that adds these features into the games, but now it's officially in base game. I saw it on a very quiet tweet that just popped up on my timeline today. I expected more of an announcement, I guess, alongside the live stream that happened today, but they just snuck this one in with the game update. So let's get right into it and see what these look like. So I'm just starting with a randomly generated sim, and I'm gonna go under and try and find these top surgery scars, which fall under this new body scars segment. I'm assuming if I had werewolves, the body scars might be in here from there. But yeah, this is it. I actually kind of thought there'd be more than just one option because I'm used to like CC, which has so many different options, but obviously this is a great first step and great for anybody who can't have CC or doesn't want to have CC in their game. Overall, I mean, they look fine. And then I'm guessing because there's only one option, there's like no changes of color, that if we take his shirt off first and change up his skin tone, it must be, yeah, so it's kind of like, I don't know the right way to say this, but like a gradient overlay where like it just changes obviously with the different skin tones and looks pretty much the same. So it's good, it's transferable on all of them and you don't have to necessarily pick to try and color match correctly. So for anybody who's not creating themselves, I think this makes sense to have like a generic one that makes sense for all kind of skin tones on top of each other. It would be nice if they had some more color variants because not everybody's skin has this clean way of adapting to scars. So in terms of making your own body, it might be kind of limiting. Same with even just the scar shape themselves. Like this is one variant, obviously, of many that could happen. I'm gonna take a look and see if I can find this binder. I know that there are some CC binders, like this one that I have, that go under leggings, so that way you can layer things on top of it. It looks like the binders are not here. I'm gonna check the posting to see where they are. So after consulting the Sims page, apparently it should be under tanks. So I guess this is considered the binder. Okay, sure. Comes in a lot of different colors, skin tones, which is nice. We got these weird zebra prints and stuff like that, which, I mean, maybe those exist out in the world. I've personally not shopped for a binder, so don't know. And then in terms of layering, I mean, it might be obvious because it shows up as a shirt. We can't layer things over top. Oh my gosh, but I love seeing the scars in here with this shirt. What a good choice. I guess it's just like you can use it as a shirt. And now I'm going to check to see what it looks like on a feminine frame. Okay, so this one's not a functional binder, as we can see. It doesn't actually flatten the chest of the sim wearing it. I'm a bit disappointed. I wish that they had made it an accessory and then made it functional. So this is custom content, and I've done a video on this before, but there's actually a functional binder. So we know that the game is capable of making these functional pieces. And then separately, I have the accessory one. So it would have been cool if The Sims took this opportunity to combine these two things to make it functional so it flattens the chest, as well as make it an accessory so you could layer shirts over top of it. Like first and foremost, I'll say I love having this representation in the game, but the problem for me is, I mean, yes, technically you do an everyday look where you're just wearing a binder outside. It's not super common. So then when you would actually probably use this on your Sims would be in things like their swimsuits. Yeah, it looks like they didn't even tag it for swimwear, which is actually kind of good. And I'll get to that in a minute. And then as well as like maybe if you're in your sleepwear, that's normally when you would be shirtless. So it does have it in sleepwear as a tank. So the issue here just being like, you should never sleep in a binder for like health reasons. It's not recommended. And then same with swimming. Technically there's binders that exist out there in the real world that are meant for swimming. That's usually the skin toned ones as well, I've seen. But it's also not good to do any physical activity like swimming in your binder just because it limits like your capacity for breath. So it's kind of good that it doesn't show up here. The only one that's showing up is this custom content one I have. And then I know that there also was shapewear included, which is pretty cool. So I don't know if there was, in the screenshot, it looked like there was like a brassiere thing included. Is that this? No. Okay, I think that maybe that was old. But I was thinking maybe they added something with like padding into the game. So this would be the shapewear, which makes complete sense. But then yeah, I'm kind of disappointed again that they don't have something for changing chest shape, like a reverse to the binder. Would have been really good that we could have an accessory to add like feminine chest to masculine frames, essentially. Again, super happy to see these things included, even if they're not to the level of execution that I would have liked to see in the game. Again, still very thankful for these to be in here at all. But yeah, on that note, for like the binders, personally, I'm going to stick with custom content in my game because I'm okay with using it for binders because I think it's just a better usability. And when it comes to the top surgery scars, like I think these are great. I'll probably use them. I'm not going to get rid of my custom content ones though, because I personally find I prefer to have like the customization of being able to choose colors as well as the different shapes offered by custom content. But I feel like if I wanted to, I could be totally happy with just having the base game stuff in there as like, here's one version of scars, and that just happens to be what everybody in my Sims game has. So that's it for this video. Super pumped to see these things added into the game. Been a little while since I played The Sims 4. I think my last video was like 5 minutes ago when I had a chance to look at Ash being added to the game.